Godzilla, King of the Monsters is right around the corner, and it's safe to say that the hype has gotten very real. But today we're going to look into the future all the way to Godzilla vs. Kong. King of the Monsters director Michael Daltrey was recently interviewed, and in this he spoke about the key difference between Godzilla and King Kong. The connection and various types of expressions the two kaiju kings have with us, humanity. Why does this matter though? Well, in a battle between the two most iconic monster characters of all time, whichever has the greater bond with humanity may be the one who walks out victorious. All that plus Michael Daltrey's opinion on the matter are coming right up, so let's get to it. So as I mentioned earlier, when asked how Godzilla and Kong are different from one another, Mike states the creatures differ in their expressions and connection with mankind. His quote reads, "Because Kong is a little close to human, he's a primate, as we are, he's allowed to show a slighter range of emotions. We expect those very unique and even warm bonding moments between Kong and human beings." That goes back to the 1933 film, where he was never strictly a monster. There was always a very human side to him in the ways that he interacts with us, and that was a joy to write. Yes, if you didn't know, Daltrey was asked to aid in the script writing for Godzilla vs. Kong, where he will have surely added some of his own flair, but that's a topic for another day. Going back to Kong's past relationships with humans, each and every adaptation of Kong has had moments of emotional and human-like communications with humanity in one way or another. The prime example of this was in Peter Jackson's take on the original King Kong story. This movie is full of fantastic scenes between Kong and humans, the main of course being the relationship he had with Andaro. Whether it was through humor, aggression, or maybe even love. All this added up to one of the most emotionally heartbreaking scenes in recent memory, especially for me. Kong Skull Island, while not quite as intimate as the 2005 King Kong, still had plenty of scenes showcasing the various emotions Kong had towards humans. The stare down on the cliff, assisting with saving the Skur Buffalo, and the hatred-fueled grudge match between Kong and Samuel L. Jackson's character all showcase this special relationship Kong has with humanity. Moving on, Daltrey made sure to stress how unusual it is for Godzilla to show his softer side like how Kong does. With Godzilla, that's just not expected. That's not to say that you can't do it, but any kind of bond between Godzilla and humans has usually been more implied, so you rarely get to see Godzilla's softer side, whereas with Kong, it's an essential part of the character. If you ever made a Kong film where you didn't get to see the softer side of the character, it would fall short. He closes his statement with, "If you ever made a Kong film where you didn't get to see the softer side of the character, it would fall short." Godzilla has had a few one-on-one personal moments with certain human characters over the decades, like this scene from 1991's Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. There was also the moment in 1998's Godzilla shared between Zilla and Nick Totopoulos as the giant creature slowly passed on. 2014's Godzilla did have one moment where Godzilla and Brody appeared to make eye contact of sorts. In the end, regarding the upcoming battle between Godzilla and Kong, this sort of relationship between humans and Kong, the one shared between two mammals, two primates, may be all that is needed for Kong to gain some sort of upper hand. Yes, Godzilla and humanity have a mutual respect for one another, but at the end of the day, Kong is more close to what we are, less alien to us. While it's still dangerous, humans can have close relationships with apes like chimps and gorillas, while there probably are only a few people in the world who would ever try to get all chummy with a crocodile, if you know what I mean. If I had to make a prediction, I would say we humans would choose something that is similar in ways to us over a giant reptile that's primary focus is survival and balance, not necessarily the fate of humanity. In Godzilla's mind, there just isn't much room for anything else. Godzilla can probably defeat Kong on his own, but combined with the efforts of humanity and Godzilla may have finally met the two monsters that can outdo him. But that's a hard maybe. I know a lot of you guys think that I'm on Kong's side from my previous videos, but at the end of the day, I'm still rooting for Godzilla, so whatever. Alright residents, this is where I pass the torch on to you guys. Do you think humanity is going to side with Kong in this next epic battle between the two most badass monsters of all time? Even though in King of the Monsters it appears like humans and Godzilla are gonna be BFFs, Who knows what may happen at the end of this movie that could cause some tension in that relationship. Just enough for Kong to slip into them DMs. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and all our other social medias, and definitely subscribe to become a resident of Dangerville. This is Godzilla month, this is Godzilla summer, so you best get to it. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. This has been Jacob, peace out.